Hey guys, what is up? It is James Penrose back again for my next video, and today, as you can tell from the title down below, this is going to be a video talking about, and it's kind of one of the reasons why I don't really upload as much anymore, how I've lost interest in the WWE products. Now, this has kind of been years in the making, me talking about this, and I know I'm one of the millions and millions and millions joining them as to why they don't watch it either, but for me, I'm there as well, because literally with WWE, the main roster in particular, I've kind of just given up, to be honest with you. Over the past, at least, especially in these past 3 years, I've just come to realise that no matter how much we say, no matter what we do, Vince McMahon in particular is just going to push and do whatever the hell he wants to do rather than what we want to do. He's going to push the guys he wants to push, not the guys we want to push. And it's a plethora of different things, one of which he's just for the money. That's all he cares about. These shows at fucking Australia and Saudi Arabia with the Super Showdown, that mean an absolute jack shit. And honestly, it's just ridiculous, man. And one of the reasons that I've stopped watching is just lack of storytelling, or little to no storytelling, no continuity whatsoever. And you know, it's funny, recently I've been looking back at past feuds from the Attitude Era and Ruthless Aggression Era. You guys know that those were the days, the good old days. And one of the things that stuck out for me was how they would use promo packages to build up to intense feuds, intense storylines to their conclusion. Like, for example, if let's just say off the top of my head, Triple H and Shawn Michaels, one of the greatest feuds of all time. And I recently watched back these promo packages for the Royal Rumble 2004 or Bad Blood 2004, if you guys remember that, when they would have Last Man Standing matches and Hell in a Cell matches, and they would use the promo packages. And this is what they don't do that they used to do so well back in the day. Everything just seemed to tie in so well with how they produce those videos, whether it's the music they use, the sound effects, you know, the visuals, you know, the soundovers, the flashbacks, you know, everything just tied in so perfectly to the combination of their feud and their match. And that's just one thing that WWE just doesn't do right as well. Unless you're watching NXT or NXT UK, that's one thing that they do get right. But honestly, that's another problem. The main roster is where it should be at. It's the main roster for a reason, right? Because that's where the main stars are supposed to be born. That's where legends are supposed to be created. But once again, WWE just doesn't give two fucks about that. And another thing, past talent. Still in 2019, we're relying way too much on our past talent. If it's The Undertaker, if it's a Brock Lesnar, if it's a Triple H, if it's a Kane. I mean, and here's the thing, I love those guys so much. Even if it's a Goldberg, again, all these stars, they're my idols. I love them to bits. And especially with The Undertaker, you guys know how much of an Undertaker mark I am. I'm the biggest Undertaker fan you could possibly find. But when it gets to a point where even I'm saying enough is enough, that's how you know enough is enough. Because if you guys saw that match with Goldberg at the Super Showdown, it was just, a five-star shitfest, a 5-star calamity, and it wasn't Taker's fault. I mean, I could at least say with Taker he tried, but Goldberg, he just wasn't on it, man. He literally, and the fact that they even put these two together in a match at Super Showdown was just, like, what the hell, man? What are they going to do next? They're going to do Undertaker and Sting at a Super Showdown? I swear to God, if they do that, I'm going to be pissed. Because, first off, it's 3 or 4 years too late. I've been saying countless times on this channel, do the match, do the match, do the match. And they completely dropped the ball on it. If they were to do it all of a sudden now, at a show that no one gives a toss about, then I would really lose my shit. So, yeah, don't be shocked if that happens. But yeah, new stars is what we need, and we're not getting that. We're not pulling the trigger on certain talent. One person comes to mind, Braun Strowman. I remember back in 2017, and I was talking about the match that he had with, or the match he was going to have with Brock Lesnar at No Mercy for the Universal title, and I said it constantly, and I made it clear, Braun Strowman needs to win, because at that time he had so much going for him, so much momentum. He was over with the crowd, you know, he was a great worker inside the ring, he got great charisma, he still has great charisma, but that was the time to pull the trigger. When strike where the iron was hot, when you have lightning in the bottle, take it. And what did he do? He just goes and loses to Lesnar with one F5. And ever since then, his career has just been an up and down spiral, to the point where now like everyone else, I've just gone, you know what it is with Braun Strowman. He'll never be a star. And there's just other people as well, like Finn Balor as well, a guy who's one of the most tremendous workers I've ever seen in the ring, and yet he's coming out constantly smiling, all happy and all that, and we barely even see the demon come out when it's so warranted. Like, I remember at the Royal Rumble, we didn't use Demon Finn Balor, I don't believe, when he fought Brock Lesnar for the Universal title, but yet you can use it for when he fights the Intercontinental Champion. So that's just, again, like, storytelling and, you know, everything. It's all out the window. It's all gone. What else is also gone? Stage setups as well. That's another example. How back in the day you used to have different stage setups, different design concepts. Like I remember at Backlash, like in 2003 and 4, 2002, they would use like the swinging hooks going back and forth. How at Judgment Day you'd have like the Titantron in the middle, and you got all these like barracks and, you know, all sorts. And Armageddon as well was a big one. You would have the big two A letters set on fire. And there was one point, I think it was in 2003, where they almost set the whole stage on fire just to demonstrate that was Armageddon. It felt like Armageddon. Every pay-per-view felt like its own show, not like a regular Monday Night Raw or a SmackDown Live or anything like that, which is what we see nowadays. Every show feels exactly the same, looks the same, presentation, unless it's a WrestleMania or a Super Showdown, then it really doesn't mean a damn to them. So, and yeah, I mean, there's a plethora of other reasons, but honestly, guys, my passion's gone for WWE right now. I mean, and here's the thing, they need to really step up their game now, especially with a new promotion on the rise in AEW, and the shows they've been pulling off so far have been, you know, they've set the standard high, like a new level has been reached, and they're going to reach it even more with the new show they've got, All Out, on August the 31st, I believe it is. So, yeah, if they don't step it up now, they're going to be in deep water. So, with WWE, man, I just want to know what the hell happened, man, to the product I grew up with for most of my life. Will we ever get that product back? As it stands, no. Will it ever? I don't know. I mean, even with Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff taking over the Raw and SmackDowns, really, don't get too carried away with that, guys. Like, it's only just happened. I mean, I don't even know if they're in control yet. I mean, there's rumours saying that it'll happen after SummerSlam, but I don't know, man. For me, it is what it is now. I'll watch NXT UK half the time. I'm going to watch NXT UK TakeOver Cardiff, just like I watched the last one from Blackpool. That should be good, but with the main roster, fam, there's a lot, and I mean a fucking lot to be saved, and a lot to do if you want to get my interest back on a weekly basis. So, other than that, guys, that's been my thoughts on how my thoughts are with WWE nowadays, how I've kind of lost interest, and yeah, you guys get the gist, and you guys leave your comments down below how they can improve. Well, obviously, we all know how we can improve after the things I've just said, but leave it down below. If you've lost interest, tell me why, if there's other reasons as well, which I know there probably is going to be, but nevertheless, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you guys like this video, comment on this video, subscribe to my channel, and all I can say is, peace out, my brothers!